No! No! No!
Gosh, man, that freaking sucked. What's up, everybody? Another edition of the Seth Floyd Show. Wish it was under better circumstances. I just finished this game 10 minutes ago. Decided to flip on the camera in the 100-degree heat. That, golly, man, this couldn't get any worse. Niners lose. It's 5 billion degrees after a cool week, and now it's 5 billion degrees again. I'm sweating.
Diego! Sweaty.
And I got to talk to you about this game. That sucked. That sucked. And I'm not surprised. If you watched my intro video, my preview video, like what I talked about in that video happened today. What I was worried about. If the 49ers don't play a clean game, they would lose for a couple reasons. The biggest being Brian Flores has Kyle Shanahan's number. It's just a fact. He's played him 3 games. The last 3 times he's played him, he has given Kyle Shanahan fits, and Kyle Shanahan has lost. And it's just gut-wrenching. They actually ran the ball better than I thought. Jordan Mason had 20 carries, 100 yards, but there were enough plays where he was just stonewalled at the line of scrimmage that it caused fits on offense. And here's the thing, his defense is so overwhelming, it is so high pressure that it just causes problems. It causes problems, causes confusion, and it gets your offense out of rhythm. Even though Jordan Mason had a handful of runs close to 10 yards, like they never felt like they were in rhythm. And that's the issue. That's what he does, and he did it masterfully. Now, the biggest thing that sticks out to me about this game first are the turnovers, okay? I understand that San Francisco had a couple turnovers too. By the way, I'm going to plant my flag on Fred Warner, Defensive Player of the Year, okay? And I would have been shouting it from the rooftops. That would have been this whole video was about if they'd come back and won the game. Fred Warner with the pick in the first half that gave him some life. Fred Warner, when they they were flatlining, and Fred Warner punches the ball out before the goal line. Niners go down and score. Okay, just incredible. Give that man some Defensive Player of the Year love. But the turnovers by the 49ers. Brock Purdy, bad interception. Bad interception. I know it got tipped around. Bad decision. The second one, I think they officially labeled it as a fumble, not an interception. If you watch it, that's even more embarrassing. The ball just flipped out of his hand. Okay, it was bad. Outside of those 2 throws, he played really good, but holy crap, both of those interceptions or interception fumble took place inside their own red zone. Hi, Briar. Got my neighbor. I'm just recording a video, Briar. I'll be done in a little bit, okay? Through both of those interceptions or turnovers came on their own end of the field, plus the block punt in the first quarter. That's 10. I can't remember if they caught a field goal off that. They got a field goal or a touchdown off of the first interception. I think they at least got a field goal off the other one. So anyway, those are the points right there. And Minnesota fans, you have every right to say, well, if we don't turn the ball over too, it's cleaner. Yeah, of course. I get that. I'm just saying the turnovers the 49ers had were so backbreaking. If Brock just turns over the ball 1 time instead of 2, you get the ball back and it's a 1-score game. But they ran out of time. They played bad. Now Brock, like outside of those 2 throws, it really wasn't that bad. Of course he's going to get hammered. Of course he's going to get slammed. But guys, he was 28 for 36. That is a 77 completion percentage. Am I wrong? I did the math and I couldn't believe it. Maybe I did the math wrong. That's 77% completion percentage. That's 319 yards. Had 1 touchdown. I don't want to say he should have had 2. If that ball doesn't get, this is another play that it depends on how you look at it as a coach. Like some coaches count, I didn't convert on 4th down as a turnover. It's basically a turnover. He throws it, ball gets tipped in the end zone. That would have been a touchdown if that ball doesn't get tipped, in my opinion. But 319 yards, 77 completion percentage, but he just had the 2 just real bad plays that just really cost him. A couple other takeaways, okay? Vikings are a playoff team. I was on the bubble with that before this game. I knew they'd be good. I thought they were like a 7-8 win team. I think they're a playoff team. I think especially because the Bears look terrible. Vikings are definitely not the worst team in their division. You could talk me into them being the second best team in the division ahead of the Packers because of their defense. Because the Packers defense is not going to play like that. The Vikings defense with Brian Flores is that good. Here's the problem though, Vikings fans, you have all the right in the world. Am I saying that right? To celebrate, to be excited, to be optimistic. The one thing I'll say for the Vikings as a team, you're limited because Sam Darnold. You're going to be limited because of Sam Darnold. I didn't bring up his stats. He had a couple huge throws on that last drive, so more power to you. It was great. But he had the bad interception in the first half. He missed some throws. He holds onto the ball too long. You're going to be a little limited with Sam Darnold. Could you win a playoff game? Yeah. Could you win 2 playoff games if your defense really holds up as well as it has? Sure. Could you potentially be in the NFC Championship game? Of course. But I don't think I'm ready to call you guys a Super Bowl team yet. I don't think any of you think Sam Darnold is the answer for you. You're all waiting for J.J. McCarthy. That's great. But the point is you guys are a lot better than anybody thought. You beat us fair and square today. And hats off to you. I think you're going to be in the playoffs as a 6 or 7 seed, maybe higher. But I don't think you'll win the division, but you never know. With that kind of defense, you could be that good. It really could happen. Flores own Shanahan, that was my other point. I already said that. I covered that. He's that good. I think that might be the most disappointing part of this is that Shanahan still has not been able to figure out Flores. He still hasn't. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, the other thing too, it's easy to see how Christian McCaffrey being out limits creativity. Now, I understand Mason had 100 yards on the ground, 20 carries, 100 yards, 5 yards a clip, fantastic. That's really good. But he's not as versatile as CMC. And Shanahan's offense clicks with CMC being in the game. And you can see it. You can see the lack of creativity without CMC in there. It worked fine against the Jets because they didn't make any adjustments. Because Kyle could just hit the tackles or he could hit the C gap and Mason was going for 5 yards a clip, against the Jets, he was going for 7 yards a clip. But he had enough plays today where he was getting stonewalled that you couldn't just force feed it to him. I wish he would have fed him a little more. But one of the things Flores does, if you go back and watch, is he consistently has 5 or 6 guys around the line of scrimmage. Sometimes he has 5 guys with a defensive lineman, 5 defensive linemen with their hands in the dirt. But it felt like every play he's got 4 down linemen and a linebacker on the line of scrimmage threatening to pressure. And that causes fits in the run game. If I was a coach, a defensive coordinator in the NFL, and I'm facing Kyle Shanahan, all I would do is I would study Brian Flores tape every time he's played the 49ers. That's what I would do because he consistently causes issues. So that's disappointing. Now, long term, I'm not real worried about the Niners. Well, what do we mean by worried? Do I think they are a playoff team? Yeah. Do I think they're going to win their division? Yes. I don't know the final score, but Seattle's in overtime with the Patriots, who I know they beat the Bengals, but I would imagine the Patriots really aren't that great. Rams have so many injuries, and the Cardinals are still what they are. So as a fan, I still think the Niners played a short week on the road, played a messy game, turned the ball over. It's not let's look at it. The Vikings deserve the credit for the win, but it wasn't like the defense gave up these long scoring drives. You had 3 drives that started inside the Niners 25, and then you had a 97-yard touchdown to Jefferson, which Nick Sorensen, please do not put George Odom tight. Why is George Odom on the best receiver in the NFL? Why is he on the best receiver in the NFL? I understand because of the package you were in, you were not going nickel, you were going base defense that far back because you're trying to play the run. So that puts Lenore outside instead of inside. But someone has got to make a check. Someone has to realize, guys, Jefferson is in the slot. We have Odom on Jefferson. I understand that play is probably more on Jair Brown. He hesitated, let him run by, whatever. My point is as a defense, I keep rambling. I do this a lot, guys. Oh man, I'm still coughing too. My point is, as a defense, okay, they didn't give up a ton of long drives. It sucks they couldn't get off the field Darnold made a couple amazing throws at the end of that on that last drive on third down. Couldn't believe it, man. But you gave them 3 drives to start inside your own territory. Of course they're going to put up. I mean, they only put up 23 points, but like, of course you're just giving them points. So I thought the defense played really well today outside of the 97-yard touchdown. That was the only play where I was like, oh man, it would have looked a lot worse without Fred Warner. But they played fine. They played good. I'm more worried. Not even worried. I'm not even worried. I just know Flores has Shanahan's number. Unless every team starts running Flores' defense, which they should if they're playing the Niners, but you're not going to do that because you're going to do the things you've run. I'm not worried about the offense. Yes, it's disappointing that without CMC, like, we lack creativity. That bothers me. But they can get it done. Like, look at their next games. Who knows how long CMC is going to be out? I don't know. But look at their next games. Okay, you've got the Rams. Okay, Rams are a division rival, but their defense is not going to play like the Vikings defense did today. Okay, you've got the Patriots after that, who look like a better team than we all thought, but they're coming to San Francisco. Okay, the Patriots are not going to, I wouldn't imagine, play like Brian Flores does. You've got the Cardinals after that. Okay, then you got Seattle, who I think Seattle's defense is fine, but it's not great. And CMC, am I right? Yeah, and then Seattle, which you might have CMC back for that game, you might not. Okay, but my point is you have some get-right weeks. If you get CMC back here in the next 5 to 6 weeks, I don't know. I think there's a chance he would even play. My guess now is that he will miss the Seattle game because that's a short week, and then he will suit up to play against Kansas City. It just sucks, guys. Sucks. A couple of things. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to Vikings fans. If I had to rank coolest fans, I'm going to start keeping track. Coolest fans outside of the 49ers fan base. Right now, there's only 2 teams on the list. I'd put the Vikings at the top. They were all pretty cool. Not too much trash talking on the channel, maybe a little bit, but nothing like personal, nothing like crazy. And I had a Vikings fan hit me up, email me at the Seth Floyd Show at gmail.com, giving me advice on how to get rid of my cough, like salt of the earth. Vikings fans, you guys are awesome. I wish you the best of luck. Great game, heck of a game. I think you guys are a playoff team. I don't want to see you guys again, though. If we play in San Francisco, I'd feel a little better, but it is what it is. If you're wondering what that other team on the list is, okay, Vikings are at 1. This team isn't at 2. This team is at 31. Okay, that's the Eagles fans. Eagles fans, you know how terrible you are. You know exactly why you're at the bottom. I think we can all agree as NFL fans that Eagles fans are the worst. You're all the way at the bottom. I'll keep a running tally of these other fan bases as we go along. In conclusion, this sucks if you're a Niners fan. Don't freak out. It's going to be all right. Vikings fans, congratulations. This is great. You're probably a playoff team. A very good way to start your season, 2-0, as good as you could hope for. You're definitely better than the Bears. As I said, you might be better than the Packers. But it's early in the football season, Niners fans. It just is what it is. Now, just got to bounce back. Last I checked, the Rams, I just went inside, checked. The Rams losing 14-0 to the Cardinals. Seattle eked out a win in overtime to New England. Like, it's the NFL. Teams are good, man. Teams are good. It's one of those, like, your short week on the road against a good team like the Vikings. Like, yeah, that kind of crap's going to happen. You're going to lose games sometimes. Of course, you shot yourself in the foot a few times, and you need Kyle Shanahan to clean that up and just get things rolling, make things better. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. Depressed. I'm a little depressed. Vikings fans, okay, so I did just talk about how cool Vikings fans are. I can't wait for all these Viking fans that never watched the first video, that didn't even watch the first video, and just like, see, I told you we were going to roll you guys. Or like, see, you didn't give us any respect. Freaking go watch the first video. I said this could happen. This is literally what I said. Vikings fans as a whole, you're really cool. But I know every fan base has a handful of them where it's just like, don't watch the video, just comment based off the headline. But even my headline said, this is why I'm worried. So whatever. It is what it is. It's football. It's not that serious, guys. It's just the NFL. 49ers, you need to get your crap together. Let's get it done. Take care of business against the Rams that are limping right now. Now, I will say this. The Rams are down. I need to take that Vikings fans' advice. I need to go get those Mucinex cough drops. I'll take care of it. I didn't get there on Saturday like I said I would. Anyway, the Rams are down 14-0 right now. If they're going to lose that game, you're going to get an absolutely desperate Rams team. Desperate McVay. Desperate Matthew Stafford. I don't know if it'll matter though. Like they're so banged up. I don't know. The Cavalry's not coming to help them, so we'll see. Anyway, point is, you got to win. You got to take every game serious. Got to win. Niners, get your crap together. Fix it. One game, fine. Shake it off. Figure out where you can get better and take care of business. I think that's all I got. I had to cut this video, guys. My phone overheated. That's how hot it is. So it's kind of ruining my rhythm right now. I had to go in and take a 15-minute break, and now I'm trying to get back at it. Hopefully it didn't overheat again as I wrap this up. So sorry if I'm a little sporadic, but I think that's all I got. I'm going to go cry Vikings fans, I'm going to go cry in a closet somewhere. Okay? I wish I could hide all week until next Sunday. That's the problem with football, is you only play once a week. So when you lose, you freaking have to endure it all week. There's nothing to take your distraction from you. At least with baseball, like they play every day, so you can turn the page pretty easy. Not football, man. You just got to wear it all week. So it's like, so anyway, yes, the answer is Vikings fans. To your delight, I'm going to go cry. I'm going to go cry for a week. Going to go hide somewhere. And hopefully the Niners look better next week. Niners fans, keep your head up. It's going to be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right? Promise you. That's all I got. I'm out.